Father Ambrogio is director of the Parmaniti Fathers, that is the congregation of St. Paul. So it is strictly connected with Damascus. It's the oldest congregation teaching to young people in Italy. They started in 15th centuries to teach to people. And that's the reason why they decide to support St. Ephrem in their effort to young people in Syria. And Father Ambrogio is bringing here this Madonna della Provvidenza. That's the symbol of the congregation of the Bernardini. Each father has to keep in his own room one of these holy image.
What is in Italian? It's benvenuti a Damascus. Yes, you are very welcome in Damascus, and thank you for coming. We have gone through difficult times in Syria, as you know. We have not been able to tell our story the proper way, right? Christians in Syria were persecuted by these Islamic extremist groups in many parts of Syria. But we are also in a way persecuted by the West, because they did not take us very seriously. They accused us of lying with this and that, supporting the regime and not the regime. But that was very unfairly unfair to us. We have always been trying to survive as communities in Syria. It's not easy. We have gone in our relationship with our Muslim neighbors, we have gone through ups and downs. The last 50, 60 years have been mainly very peaceful, and Christians had the full freedom to practice their faith, to go around, introduce themselves as Christian without bothering. This is the case in Syria for the last 5 or 6 decades. Now, when this happened, when this war started, for us Christians was very clear from the beginning that this was not about improving the life of the people, having more freedom, more democracy, all these nice noble things, but it was about changing regime and about giving our country to the Muslim Brotherhood and to the Islamic groups.
Yes.
That would have meant the end of us here in Syria. No one could survive under Islamic rule. Therefore, I believe it was God guided us. He inspired us, first of all, to keep out of this war by not taking arms. Later, some of our young people took arms to defend their communities.
Yes.
But then also not to go along with so-called revolution. There are a few Christians, very few Christians who joined these groups, but they are not in Syria, they are outside. They're outside. Majority of the Syrians here love their country, wanted to stay in their country, but many of them were forced to leave because of the war situation. But those who stayed, they love their country and they want to remain in their country, and they know their salvation and their deliverance is by having a strong government that can protect everyone. Protect everyone and respect everyone also. Of course, we do not want to be treated differently than the others, but we want to be treated equally at least. And therefore, we remained with the legitimate government of Syria. This is a legitimate government. And this government is defending us, as it's defending others also, against terrorism, against those militant groups who come with arms to kill us. You saw Ma'lula, and you will go and see what happened in Ma'lula. But inside Naya, where you are going to go also, these groups could not go because the Christians there defended their town and their village. They defended it and they protected it. But Ma'lula, unfortunately, they could not do that. So What I'm trying to say is, we were here persecuted by these terrorists and other groups, and the Western government, really, also were dealing with us unjustly, where they were not just to us. And I say this because I have so many incidents where I would meet officials in Europe, in America. It's, we were frustrated by this thing. The World Council of Churches came out with some statements. They were so damaging to us. But not only because they were one-sided, but because they were not. Some of them were not exactly truthful to the situation here. They would talk about victims on the side of the terrorists, which is okay. There are civilians also who were killed, but they would ignore our victims here on the streets of Damascus. Until last May, it was not safe for us to walk on these streets. It was not safe because 2 kilometers from here in Ghouta, the terrorists were in control, and they were throwing bombs on us on the streets of Damascus. And there are so many kids who got killed either on the street or in their schoolyard. Their schools, kids were killed or injured, amputated because of these bombs coming to us from Ghouta. And then when someone like the World Council of Churches or some other organization come out with a statement crying for Ghouta, for the kids there, but not mentioning our victims, it was very hurtful for us. Now it looks like the world outside has started to turn around.
Yeah.
Some a little bit, yeah. Some embassies are reopening. Some airlines are trying to fly again to Damascus. I hope we will have the chance, all of the Syrians together, Muslims like Christians, to live together in peace. And those who have left would come back. Although I'm very doubtful about that, I have no hope of people coming back. But I pray that at least some of them will come, especially Christians, because I can tell you now that almost 50, if not 50, about 45 to 50% have left Syria. 45 to 50% of Christians have left Syria. That's very, very painful because it weakens our presence here. And this is our homeland, this is our land for 2,000 years of Christianity. St. Paul was baptized 150 meters from us at the house of Ananias. And here's the gate through which St. Paul was delivered out of Damascus. This is a straight street. If you walk on it, this is where it all started. And imagine when the Christians are left here. Catastrophic. This evening to receive a delegation from the Barnabite's father and especially Father Ambrosio, the director. And we'd like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude for their presence here, together with Professor Marco and also Arini and the rest, for your presence here, but also for bringing us the prayers and the love of the families and the students and the supporters of the Barnabite, for their noble feelings towards the Syrian people. And we truly appreciate knowing that we have friends who think of us and who pray for us and who try to do something also, something tangible, materially, to help some of our suffering people, and in this case, some of the students of Ma'lula. We ask the Lord to bless you all and to grant you good health and to keep you in His divine care. And to all of you we say, gracias. Gracias mille.